Free Country 1330 WTRE. It's 8:40 on this Wednesday morning. We've got Dr. McCullough with us, and she's representing the Board of Health today.
Good
and
morning.
Many other things, right?
Good morning.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day out. Is it Walk with a Doc night?
It is Walk with a Doc. I have not checked the forecast for today. I know yesterday there was some possibility of rain again today, so I always like to stress, though, we go rain or shine, we just stay inside. Since the library is nice enough to still let us continue to use the meeting room there, we always start there and we do a stretching exercise. People get a short, I stress short, medical talk just on some topic that's kind of been on my mind or in the news lately or something I read that morning and caught my eye. And so it's not too long, it's not technical, and
just a little
sometimes
snippet.
Yeah, and sometimes there's a good discussion. You know, people have different thoughts, and then we go outside to walk on the trail if weather permits. And we've had a few times just because of rain or the extreme heat kept us out a few times. If we cannot go outside, we stay inside the room, and we actually do a walking video. There are Walk with a Doc videos where you walk basically in place. You're moving a little bit up and down. So we move the tables out of the way and the chairs and walk to the video, and it's a pretty good workout. So actually, probably I work harder when we do that than if we go outside to walk, because I talk more, I think, when we're outside.
Oh,
so,
absolutely.
So it's really a fun group that we've developed that's come. We get our usual regulars. Every now and then we have some extra people join in. I'd really encourage anybody who wants to find an easy, free way to get some exercise. This is a good way to do it. So we're there every Wednesday, 4 p.m., rain or shine. So
All right, this is it. Come out, enjoy. And I
Yes.
think, too, the social aspect and support of it as well is a
right,
great
it's
addition.
fun. I think because we do spend some time just talking ahead of time. We usually don't get started right on time because of that, and it's just fun getting to know people better that I've known, or some new people that I've never known before. We're really getting to be a group. So
You're turning into a club. The Walk
there
with
you
the
go.
Doc Club.
There you go.
You guys have been really busy. You had the back to school bash, which was a great success.
Right. I did want to give kind of some statistics to kind of follow up on that. And sorry, I got to find them on my phone. I forgot about that. It really was an excellent time. We had great weather. I mean, it was just couldn't have worked out better, I think. So some of the statistics, we had over 900 people attended. We think probably 1,000, but it's hard to really
gauge.
quantify that. So, and some of the services provided, 29 free birth certificates were given out while people were there, 57 free haircuts. People came out that were doing haircuts for free, and 57 kiddos got haircuts ready to get them back to school. We did 44 free sports physicals, 33 eye screenings. All these things were free. 33 eye screenings. They said 17 touch trucks, so there must have been 17 different vehicles. I was inside doing the sports physical, so I never saw any of this. There were 25 different community partner vendors that were there that were just giving out their information of how they could help people. I think there were freebies out there just for fun. 12 dental screens. I think it was the IU School of Medicine was down and was doing dental screens. Vaccinations, 25 vaccines were given out in total, getting kids ready to go back to school. 12 hearing tests. The Insight or In Plain Sight trailer that tries to teach people what to look for in rooms for possible signs of drug use, that had 14 visitors there. And always one of the key things, 500 backpacks were distributed.
How amazing is that?
So just huge. And I think all the kids are so excited to get those. And then I think it's a business called Sweet Surrender or Sweet Surrenders.
Yes, the ice cream.
This was sponsored by the Obermeyer Agri Group Farm Equipment. over 450 scoops of ice cream were given out.
How fun.
So yeah, and man, that ice cream is great. I've had
delicious.
that. So as a result, we did have a lot of people we'd really like to thank. Obviously Obermeyer Agri Group, Portalette Sanitation. When you have that many people, you have to worry about things like that. But there's just a long list. Dairy Queen, Indy Bakery, Langen Meats, Greensburg Meat Market, Burger King, REMC, Bread Alive, Harvest Market, Morning Breeze, Westport Christian Church, Farmers Mutual, Rupert's Arcade in Shelbyville, which I had to ask him, what is that? That's actually Rupert from Survivor.
It is.
He has an arcade up in Shelbyville, and he gave passes that were given away as door prizes. Rivera Screen Printing, Greensburg Schools, Decatur County Schools, I can't read. Oh, the Reds. They must have been giving away something. Wendy's, Pizza King, Connor Prairie, Painting the Town, Kings Island, Indy 11, there's more people, I'm sure, than that, and
It takes
just
a whole crew to do this.
all the vendors, the people that cook the food, the fire department, police, everybody was there, and I think it's all to try to ensure that kids get off to a good start in school. So, and of course, the Greensburg Daily News, I can't stress them
Absolutely.
too much because they actually started all this, with the backpacks, and then coordinating with the Board of Health, it's kind of been turned more into an event, I think, that has other things that then are helpful for people. So, but it was a lot of fun. It's just fun to see the kids having a great time. So
It is. It's just kind of a big back-to-school party. Gets
yes,
them
yeah, it
excited
is.
for it.
Hopefully get them geared up and ready to have a successful year.
That's right. Week 3 already, which I
Yeah,
think is
it's crazy, isn't
Yeah,
it? So,
it is.
yeah.
What do we have coming up at the Board of Health? You guys are always busy and have things going on, and
The biggest thing that we're kind of working towards right now, it's not set yet because we're waiting to hear back from somebody from the state, I believe. We did this last year, an ATV safety course. And with this, they came down and they actually instructed people on how to safely be on their ATV and gave away helmets, made sure they were the right size for them, and totally free for people. They did have to sign up ahead of time because it did get full. So we're waiting to hear a date on that. We have not had anything yet. Because it's actually somebody from the state that will come down. So we'd like people to keep, ready for that. We'll get it out on our Facebook page and try to get that publicized when that date is available, and we'll let you know here at WTRE so that you
Yeah.
guys can let them
Get it
know
out
too.
there.
So yeah.
what a great event last year. I know a couple kids that went through it and absolutely thought it was a great thing. Well, worth their while. So
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was good. So I think it's, it's so fun for kids to go out and hop on an ATV and have a good time. But boy, one bad hit to the head can be devastating. So this is not specifically the Board of Health, obviously, but the Board of Health will be there. But the National Night Out is coming
tomorrow.
up. So yes, so hopefully, knock on wood, the weather will cooperate, but that's a great event for people to get out. Again, there's going to be a lot of, I call them vendors because I don't know what else word you would call.
Community
but
partners, I
There you go,
think.
community
Yes.
partners, that sounds better. Because no one's selling anything, but there'll be a lot of information out there. I think they're encouraged to give things away, but there's just a lot of neat demonstrations. I know I read there's going to be a canine demonstration. I saw one recently at the mayor's color run, and it
Yes.
was like, wow, that was really interesting, kind of scary, but kind of neat to see.
I think it's fascinating to watch those dogs.
Yeah.
Like,
so well
crazy.
trained. It's like, wow, but if you're on the wrong end of that, you don't really want to
that's right.
be
Just stay on the
finding
right
out
side
just
of
how
it.
well they can do their job. I did want to bring up, our environmental team is always busy working, trying to mitigate problems, but they have identified a mosquito here in Decatur County was carrying the West Nile virus. So far, we do not have any cases, but we really want to stress it's here, and really every year we should assume it is, but I think same as most of us, when you really get that news, then you pay more attention. So people just need to be aware and try to really avoid the peak time of mosquitoes is going to be that early morning or the dusk. Wearing their repellent, or clothing that helps avoid getting those bites. It's just West Nile can be devastating, and honestly, there really isn't anything we can do to treat it. It's all supportive, getting them through it. So. Excuse me.
The allergies have gotten everybody.
Yes, they're definitely hidden. I've only had twice in my career as a doctor that I had somebody with West Nile. And one person we did not transfer; we kept him here, but it was kind of scary to me. But we just supported him through it. The other one, we had to transfer because they were getting neurologically very sick with it. So. It's very real. People need to take it seriously and be prepared when they go outside and be thinking of that ahead of time. So
keep the repellent near and
That's
keep it
right.
on and
Yeah.
and bodies of water or where water pool seems to be an issue
Yeah.
with mosquitoes.
And with all this rain, I went around yesterday and went around my yard and tried to dump out everything that had water in it, which was everything. And because even just a small, I think I read something that's, a half an inch deep, and that I'm just kind of pulling that number, and that may not be accurate. It doesn't take much at all for them to breed. So you want to be dumping out any, I was reading it talked about, the base of your flower pots, any tires are always the thing people think about, but, even just a small thing that can be catching that rain. So
Pay attention.
Yes.
And the little kiddie pools, I think sometimes those get missed because it's something in the yard that kids, but those are a breeding ground.
Yeah, that's true. So keep those cleaned out, empty them out, turn them over so they don't collect more with all this rain that we keep getting. So just being aware of that, you can put on the repellent, but if there's 1,000 mosquitoes out there, one may get through to you. So just trying to avoid where they can breed. So
very good.
The one other thing I'm going to mention, the cyclospora that people might be hearing about. We apparently do have 3 cases in our county.
Really?
That's my understanding from our meeting yesterday. Source has not been identified yet.
Okay.
And that's true nationally. They're really having trouble tracking down where this has come from. They've only got so many people working in this department now, that does that job. And so it's got to be difficult trying to talk to these people, try to put together where were they, where was everybody else, where did they eat, and trying to figure out where this actual infection came from. So,
well, I think too, it's across the nation and they're looking, trying to find that, but just being aware that it's out there and choosing what you eat and those kind of things will make some kind of difference, we're hoping.
Yeah.
But when I heard this morning, jalapenos are affected.
They're really trying to just still figure it out. I think the key thing for all of us is to try to really rinse any of your produce really well. I'd say even if it came out of your own garden, they just don't know what's going on right now. So just trying to really rinse things really well, particularly lettuce has been, and I know they've kind of talked not to have bagged lettuce, to try to do more fresh head lettuce. But again, you just got to rinse. So
we do not need the side effects of that.
No, we do not. So
keep it good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Anything else happening with the Board of Health?
Just our usual, the vaccines. They're always available. I don't have my paper on that, but we know people just went back to school. Hopefully they're all up to date on their vaccines. Measles is still out there on the horizon, so people need to be aware.
Aware of measles, and I believe that there is October is the date to have vaccines ready to go. Is October for schools to keep your child in. So we'll take We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. 1330 WTRE 858. We're going to wrap up here with the Department of Health vaccines. Once again, they give them, I think it's Wednesdays.
I think it's Wednesdays, if people can call, they can make sure that the people will be there to give them. But, sorry, before I went into my coughing fit there, all from allergies, but it's like, ugh. But we were talking about the measles. There are still cases occurring. Luckily, we have not had any locally, but there were, I think I read just 2 new ones up in northern Indiana area. So it's out there, and with the way people travel today, you just have to worry about exposure. So I'd really encourage people to keep their kids' immunizations up to date. So
like I said, I think it's October that's the hard deadline at school. So if you are not caught up yet, now is the time. There's no cost at the Board of Health, so
totally free. All of the doctors' offices, I think, can do them now. But if somebody is worried about their insurance coverage or does not have insurance coverage, it is always totally free at the Board of Health, and we would encourage people to come out. Sadly, we're going to have to start talking about the flu vaccine here soon,
yes.
Because that's going to be coming at us. And that, again, people will be able to get that at their doctor's offices. The pharmacies are always excellent at passing that out to people. But some people, if they don't have insurance that would cover it or no insurance, the Board of Health will be having that and totally free. So.
All right. so fast. Flu's coming so fast.
Yes.
Winter's coming. This is not good.
Yeah.
Too fast. Thank you. We appreciate you coming in every month and updating us with what's going on. We'll look forward to hearing more about the ATV class as that gets settled. And we'll see you next month.
Okay.
We've
Thank
got
you.
Country Gold coming up next.